Hey everyone, how you doing? This is Coldfury. Wanted to give a quick update on our Crimson Sky push into champs. We are well on our way. It is Friday today, and we're gonna just go through Sunday and see how high we can get. We actually hit the top 100 a couple days ago. Got as high as 87 or 88, I believe, but we've been bouncing around. I think we got a couple guys out on visits right now. So we're sitting up at 104, but it's been a lot of fun. Our goal was to crack the top 100. We're primarily a farming clan, so it's not, we're in no danger of cracking the top 10, but it's still a lot of fun, and we feel that it was really a good exercise because it helps everyone in the clan get used to tougher opponents and hitting bigger bases using bigger armies. With Clan Wars, that's pretty much what you're doing. Every attack in Clan Wars is essentially a high-end champions type attack, especially for Town Hall 10s. So it's been really good, and we've been learning a lot. I know myself, I've been having a fair amount of success on attacks with using I call it the Unity Sharp Army. I don't know if it was his or he's the one that showed it to me, so that's where I got it from. So he gets credit. But essentially, it's kind of a go wipe, but swapping out one of the P.E.K.K.A.s with 4 Valkyries, and then 13 Wizards, 10 Wall Breakers, and an Archer thrown in there, and 223 in the Clan Castle, which is 2 Witch, 2 Wizard, and 3 Barbarians. And it's been pretty good for me. It's I guess I would call it comfortable when you're attacking somebody and you just have a good deal of comfort with your composition that you're using, that you can be successful with that. Gives a lot of confidence because my heroes are only level 20 and 21, so I don't have that overpowering hero factor, so I have to have a little more finesse on some of my attacks on these bases. But I've been doing pretty well. I've lost a few here and there, but for the most part, I've been having quite a bit of success. Another thing I thought was kind of interesting. Last time I did a champions push with Forum Elite, I had my town hall in the whole time, trying to um, win on defense, which is kind of humorous because for the most part I've got Town Hall 9 level, max level defenses as a relatively young Town Hall 10. So once I got past about 3,300 trophies, I was just getting smoked every time. And so every time, it made it really difficult to log off. Just simply because I knew I was going to get hit pretty hard. And what I also discovered is it wasn't so much the cups that hurt so much, it was the resources. Because every stinking time I'd log off, I would get nailed for, 2, 3, 400K of elixir. And it's hard enough to keep your resources positive just attacking, let alone on defense. So this time around, I just decided to try something a little bit different by just keeping it in Farmer Brown mode, leaving Town Hall out, just to see what happened, and it was amazing. I kind of played around a little bit with it way back when I first hit Champions, and it was just Town Hall snipe after Town Hall snipe that I kept hitting, and then I tried out a new base design, so I wanted to just see how it was. So I put my Town Hall in, but here, Town Hall out, Town Hall in, boom, 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 and I had one win with the Town Hall in, but then I just kept getting smoked, and then you can tell when I put the Town Hall back out, and not only the cups, I mean, because you could sit here and argue that okay, well I had one win for 28, do the math on the losses, I still came out behind, but not a horrible difference. But look at the resources, and the elixir, especially 200K, 300K, 300K, 100K, 200K, 400K. I mean, that's brutal when you're trying to build the armies that you need in champs. And so I just said, you know what, heck with it. I just left it in, or left it out, sorry, and just see what happened. And you just go through, this is 7 days ago, a week, and you just look at -1, -1, -1, just Town Hall snipe after Town Hall snipe. And if you notice the cup range of where all these guys hitting me are, they're way up over 4,000, upper 3,000s, 4,000. And really the way the matchmaking works with Clash and champs is you've got all these high level champs that are sitting there in the clouds just waiting for a base to come active. Pretty much as soon as I go offline, I'm going to get offered up to odds are I'm going to get offered up to somebody sitting up in high champs that my base at most is going to be a 1, 2, or 3 cup offer, so it's not even worth it for them to attack me. And so it's just a quick, easy cup or two for them, and I'd lose no resources. And so you just keep going through the last week, and it was just nothing. And what's funny is just last night I finally got, this is the first time in almost 2 weeks that I've had a person hit me for anything but a town hall snipe. And in this guy's case, I think it was safe to say he was just farming me because I was showing quite a bit of resources, but I still only lost 3 cups because he was a high champ. And I'll just kind of fast forward through this replay. But here's the thing with my Town Hall 9 defenses, you know that he hit me hard. If I would have had my Town Hall in, he would have still been able to hit me and just smoked me, but every single defense would have been a defense like this, because especially as you're getting higher in champs, Town Hall 9 defenses just aren't enough. Shoot, even Town Hall 10 defenses aren't enough for most attacks. And so I have virtually zero chance of winning on defense because guys like this are going to come in with max heroes and just tear me up. And so I kind of watch this humorously because it just being one attack out of the last 2 weeks, losing these kind of resources, I can live with that. And this base that I'm using, I stole it from somebody. I can't even remember who. A lot of times when it comes to a base design, I look at a base that I have a little trouble with when I attack it, and then I kind of eyeball it and see if I could have done something different or better, and I'll usually steal that one. This one, I don't think it's real tough because I have gotten to where I can attack it pretty easily, and I usually come in from the top left or top right and jump spell over where the builder hut's there, and it's been pretty consistent and fairly easy to win. But with my town hall out, I haven't really had a need to switch it up too much because I'm just not getting attacked. I do feel that as I'm getting higher in cups, over 3,600 here, approaching 3,700, I'm going to be worth more cups to the guys that are up higher. So I think I'm probably getting close to that range where the town hall outside isn't a viable option anymore. But I still might leave it out because I might still get lucky and have somebody just hit the town hall. Versus if I put it in, I'm guaranteed to get hammered every time. So I'm probably just going to leave it out. It's only a couple more days. So a couple attacks in here that I've got. I did a live raid recording on this top one here, which is a really good cup offer. So I'm going to show you guys that one in the live raid. But here's a couple others that we've still got replays of. These bases, any type of southern teaser, I always come in from the top left or top right because it's usually the weak side. And when you come in from the bottom, my troops just kind of go all over, and it typically helps with the 50%. But basic drop is drop 2 golems, drop 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, then the 4 Valkyries in the middle, start doing wall breakers, heroes, clan castle, everything. Really kind of a standard go wipe type of a launch we've got going on here. And jump to the middle. I love the new jump spell. It just provides so much control. There goes the Queenie. But with this one, even if I didn't get to the town hall, I'm pretty comfortable with the 50%. And this is where I was talking with, you get that comfort level with your army that just gives you a lot more confidence to hit these kind of bases. So I don't really care if they've got level 40 heroes or level 20 heroes. I'm fairly comfortable with the attacks either way. I think I was just trying to get a little resources there. But there, nice 53%. Not very good loot, which stinks, but got a few cups out of the deal. These are last nights. I can't even remember what some of these attacks are. Very similar base, just like I mentioned before, coming in from the top left. Honestly, the reason I come in from the top left on this one is he's got 2 gold and a dark elixir storage over there, so a little more hit points over there. So I just come clan castle coming out. I didn't bother dropping a lightning spell on these guys because they came all the way out where I was going to be able to hit them with my wizards and witch, or I'm sorry, my wizard and archer queen, so I wasn't too worried about it. I knew I'd get them down pretty easy. So jump spell in the middle. And on these southern teasers that have the Inferno Towers way far out like that, I tend to try and freeze um, the hidden Teslas or the Archer Towers in this case, because they're the ones doing all the damage per second. The Inferno Towers don't really come into play until after the Town Hall's already down. And if you freeze all the way down to the Inferno Towers, then what you're leaving is you're leaving, in this case, 6 Archer Towers plus 4, or I'm sorry, 2 hidden Teslas just pummeling your troops that come in, and they do a ton of DPS when you put them all together. And so I think that's part of the trick, if you will, on a base like this, is when they cluster everything around the Town Hall. So just keep that in mind when you're attacking. But here's another pretty comfortable 50% with a few cups. I love this archer down here. I dropped her way up in the top left. She walks all the way past the elixir storage and then hits the other one. It's like, really? Didn't matter, but I just thought it was kind of funny. Come on, there we go. Boom. All right, so there was that one. Got one more I'll show you here. Now this one, this base, I'm actually thinking about switching to this base because I've struggled with this base, I think, more than any other bases that I run into. Similar type attack. It's kind of symmetrical. It doesn't, I think you can attack it kind of from either side. But what I find is that this base very successfully kind of exploits the AI a little bit, where troops don't tend to want to go into the middle. I've played with it a little bit, and I forgot on this one because it'd been a little while since I've seen one. But I found to come in from the corners seems a little more consistent. But in this case, I forgot that and just came in from the side, kind of going direct to the town hall. And you'll see that everything just goes everywhere but the town hall, and it makes it a little hairy. So if you look at my percentage now, and even the amount of buildings that were available, it was getting a little nervous here. But one thing I always do is I try to save at least one archer. And I try to save 1 or 2 wizards too to pick off a few buildings when I get into this situation. And so I'm sitting here watching these archers, and I knew that she was going to take that out fine, or there's 2 of them going, but I wasn't sure if this cannon would be in range of that dark elixir drill. And so that's all I had left, and so I'm sitting here panicking a little bit. And then she saved the day, Clutch Archer. Threw a big party for her. Oops. Accidentally hit play again there, sorry. But yeah, so that was a good one. There's the stats on that if any of you guys care. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show you guys the live replay of this MIL dude here at the top. That was a kind of a fun raid. But on this one too, I'll do a visit here so I can kind of walk through how I look to attack. This is a fairly standard base. You see quite a bit. I used to always attack this one from the ends because in general, I try to hit 1 Inferno Tower at a time and go through that. But I've discovered that coming in from the side on this seems to be so much more consistent, and I get more buildings, so the 50% is more in play, and also you have more troops coming in to hit both Inferno Towers, and I seem to always get a higher percentage, and I've yet to lose coming in from the sides, but coming in from the ends, sometimes I'll get the clan troops. If there's a witch in there that I miss with the lightning spell or whatnot, it seems like they get distracted, and they can't quite make it into the town hall in time for my 2 frees to hit my 2 frees will be up, and then it just all goes downhill from there, and it's harder. It seems like it's harder to get the 50% from the ends as well. And you'll notice this guy's kind of teed up because I'd say most people try to hit the single Inferno first. So you can tell he's got the gold storage, the 3 elixir storage. He's got a lot of hit point buildings over here, so he's kind of protecting very heavily on this left side. and then so it's just a lot more consistent to go into the right. And also we've got a lot of damage dealing buildings over here with the Archer Towers, Wizard Tower, etc. All kind of coming on this side, so we wipe out those pretty quick. And then finally the clan troops. I personally, especially with the army comp with the Valkyries, I like attacking on the clan castle side of the base, because if I come in up here, what happens is I'm busy hitting all these buildings, then the clan troops pop out once I hit close to the core. So now I'm getting hit by the Inferno Towers, by all the core stuff, the Expos, etc. And then the clan troops come out. And yes, they draw everything into the core, but now I'm fighting all the clan troops while I'm just getting pummeled with everything else. And I may not get the Inferno Towers down in time, and it makes things a little ugly. So I like to come in on the clan troop side, because then I'm fighting the clan troops right at the edge of the base, and it just makes things a lot easier. My Valkyries are all up, so they just rip through them like nothing. Now, of course, some of you are saying just lure the troops, lure the clan castle, and you don't have to worry about it. But I don't know what it is, but I hate luring the clan castle, because when I lure and I pull it, I can't pull it here, I can't pull it here, because these guys are going to get my troops, and if I drop my witches to take them out, it's really compact here, and it's easy to lose them, so you end up having to pull them off into the corner. But then if I pull them off into the corner, now I've got my witches from my clan castle, and whatever troops else I'm using are all stuck over in the corner, but my main attack is coming here. So these guys don't really get, whoever I use to kill the clan troops don't help with my main attack. And on top of that, I basically have to drop like a couple, either a few wall breakers or some Valkyries. I have to drop quite a few troops to get, my 8 or 10 barbarian archers to lure into the corner. And for whatever reason, it really distracts me, and I tend to do very poorly when I try luring the clan troops. But if I just hit them head on and use them to help suck me into the base with the Valkyries, they just rip through them. I carry a lightning spell to help out, and it just makes life so much easier for me. Here's the live raid for that base I was just showing you guys. Um, for some reason the audio didn't come through when I recorded the live raid, but I think you guys know what the sounds sound like. Basic deployment, start out with 2 golems, and I'll 2-finger drop them. Could have went a little wider on these, but it didn't work out too bad. And then I immediately 3-finger drop the P.E.K.K.A.s behind there to start clearing, and then I sweep the wizards wide, kind of your standard go wipe. As you can tell, all of the clan troops are coming out like we would expect. Valkyries come in there and just obliterate the leading archers, and then I wait for the witches to come out, and I always drop the lightning on the witches at the end if they're there. You always want to get the jump spell before these buildings are cleared out, because if I don't get that jump spell down, everything runs out of that space and it all goes downhill. First free spell stops the multi-inferno tower, make sure my wizards stay up as long as possible. And then as soon as we get in and it looks like that tower is going down, then I drop it on the single to keep things going. If I was still a little further out, I would have dropped my second freeze on that multi again, just to make sure my wizards and everybody get in there to get the town hall. But obviously we got in there pretty easy. Rage spell right at the edge. I don't rage spell on the town hall, I rage spell kind of on the jump spell to move everything in very quickly. And then with this type of base layout, once I get into the core, it's usually, if I don't have the 50% already, I'm getting it from the core, hitting that outside ring of bases there. If you saw a little bit ago, I dropped a bunch of wall breakers in there too. Usually if I have some extra wall breakers, I'll drop them in to see if they can run into the middle, just to clear a few more openings to potentially get a little greater percentage. Didn't really do anything on this one, but that's what was going on in case you're wondering. But just finishing that raid out, worked out well. Got some really, really nice cups. That's the biggest cup offer I've had in quite a while, so I was very excited to see that one and to see that base too, which was pretty easy base for me. Most important part of a raid like that is the flex at the end as you share it. All right, guys, I'll go ahead and do one more live raid for you. I've got a full army that's been cooking while I was working on that other video. As I mentioned, 2 golem, 3 P.E.K.K.A., 4 Valkyrie, 13 wizards, 10 wall breakers, and 1 archer just as a filler. She comes in handy for taking out that last building on a 49% on occasion. Spells, we've got 2 freeze, 1 jump, 1 rage, and 1 light. I really like having 2 rage to rage at the beginning and rage in the middle, but it's stronger offensively, but unfortunately when you get in what I call a clown car clan castle, which is a 35 archers or a witch plus a lot of archers in there, it can become very problematic if you don't have a lightning spell, because if my Valkyries go down early or just something gets sideways, it pretty much any loss I've had was related to a too big of a clan castle without the lightning spell. So I carry it more defensively. Sometimes I don't even use it. On my clan castle, I've got the standard 2-2-3, 2 witch, 2 wizard, 3 barbarians. And so I'm gonna start the live raid here. I'm at 3659, so we do start seeing a little bit of clouds, and it might take a little while to search, but I'll go ahead and let you guys see it, because I know a lot of guys that watch these videos have never been up this high or never seen the clouds, so thought it'd be a good experience for you to do it. But rather than sitting here for 15-20 minutes watching me search for a base, I'll kind of fast forward through some of that. You'll notice the chat pops out, so you can do clan chat while you're waiting in the clouds. It's not very long, around 3600. You can see it kind of moves in, and wow, actually first base, that's pretty amazing. Usually I'll sit here and have to next through for a good 10, 15, 20 minutes before I can find any offer over 5 cups, let alone 14. So this is definitely something I'm going to hit. No heroes either, which is even another bonus for us. So it's kind of there's probably hidden Teslas in the middle. So I kind of like going in from the top, but I could really go top or bottom here either way. So we're going to do the same deployment. I'm going to do 2 golems wide, 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, 4 Valks in the middle. Drop our wizards wide, start wall breakers. Jump spell lasts forever, so I'm going to go ahead and drop him now. Clan castle, heroes, freeze. I'm going to grab that, let the witches come out, zap. So now I want to rage in the middle here. Do another freeze. It didn't look like that Inferno Tower was going down quite yet. One of my biggest problems, I always lose my heroes. Like I was just looking for my queen. It's like, where's she at? Oh, she's over here. Right. So see, now my percentage is kind of low because I came right in here, so my queen's still up. So I'm kind of looking around. I only have got an archer, wizard, and my queen. So I'm going to let her go as long as I can before her health comes out. And I'm kind of eyeballing where I can maybe pick up a % or 2. Because it's 50 might be a little bit of a stretch on this one. Of course, she's going to go hit a wall. I'm going to drop these wall breakers in as a distraction. So see if I can get... No, didn't go for it. That was probably a poor choice on that one, but oh well. 4 cups, still a win. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and anytime I attack, I always watch my replays just to see what happened, what I could have done better, and I'll let you guys share with that. And so with no heroes in the middle, this one seemed fairly easy, so I was a little surprised at where the struggle was. So let's watch it. Wall breakers got it okay. Jump spell went down well. Freeze went down well. So the lightning hit. It's a little bit of an issue with the witch not going down with the lightning. I mean, it seems like it went fairly well. I think a lot of times when you get these bases that are real I'll call them real dense, and they have just a lot of walls and a lot of very, very small compartments. It's hard to spread out and let your troops go around and take out a bunch of buildings because you're having to manage a ton of walls as you're going through. So I'm not really sure if there's a whole lot we could have done different. I mean, I could have dropped my Wizard Archer, but no matter where I dropped him, I didn't see anywhere where I was going to pick up 7 or 8 buildings. So I think we're pretty much a 1-star was about all we had on this one. But still pretty good raid. I was very happy with that one. So now we sit and wait again. The way I queue up my army, hit the spell factory, because that's usually what we're waiting on. I boost 1 regular barracks, 13, 10, and then 1. And then I do 1 P.E.K.K.A, and these are non-boosted. And then I boost both my dark barracks. So I'll have my dark barracks boosted, the regular barracks that has all the wizards in it boosted, and then spell factory of course boosted, and then boost the hero. And then what happens is the spell factory is basically what I'm waiting on, and it takes it right around 50 minutes or so to do that, and then everybody else finishes. The P.E.K.K.As are done in time. I could spread this around a little bit and probably get away without boosting both dark barracks, but I like leaving those boosted because then I can do donations and build some extra witches and stuff while I'm waiting on my spell factory to go. So hope you guys enjoy the video today. We're having a lot of fun here at Crimson Sky. We are looking for new members if any of you guys are interested in joining Crimson Sky. We do have requirements that you're Town Hall 10, combined level 40 heroes, max Inferno towers, etc. But if you guys are looking for a new home and enjoy some good fun friends, come check us out. This is Coldfury. I'm out. Thanks.